In the last 18 months, I've managed to add over 20 kilos to my deadlift PB. My goal this year is to repeat the exact same process, but add another 20 kilos in the next 7 months and have it done by the end of 2025. And today's video is all about showing you exactly how I'm going to do just that. But before we dive into the how, whats and whys of my training program, I thought it would be better to give you a wee bit more context around my own situation. A few years ago, in my early 20s, I actually had a bit of a bad back injury. Now, left undiagnosed and untreated, I continually went through a pattern of re-injury and not really strengthening and blah, 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 so on and so forth. But it wasn't until I actually did my own research, sourced out a good physio and fixed the situation that I'm actually able to start pushing things now in the gym. So over the last 3-4 years, I've really been focusing on trying to strengthen and build. And that's why the deadlift for me is such an important movement. And one in the last 2 years specifically that I've been really pushing to maximize and see if I can get the most out of it. As it stands today, I currently weigh around 75 to 77 kilos, so on the lighter side, quite a smaller athlete. But my goal is to see if I can hit a 200 kilo deadlift. As of February, March time, you may have seen a few videos ago, I managed to actually hit a 180 kilo deadlift. And I've since then got a wee itch to see if we can get that up to the 200. So this is today's video. I'm going to show you the process I'm going through this year so that I can hit a 200 kilo deadlift and add 20 kilos to my own deadlift in the next 7 months. My current training program is split currently between 3 days in the gym and 3 run days with a mix of yoga, martial arts, CrossFit, strength training, running, all kind of blended into my weekly goals. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to be focusing on one session in particular, which is my Monday session, or my big kind of lower body pull focused session, effectively. And the method I'm going to be using to try and push my numbers every single month is going to be the 5-3-1 method, which you've probably seen mentioned or heard of. It's a big powerlifting technique that essentially operates on a 4-weekly basis with the goal of trying to really squeeze out as much as possible every week. For this to be a reality though, you do need to know your 1RM. So that's why it's good for me, because I've only recently just hit my 1RM with the deadlift. So I'm going to apply this methodology and see if we can start kind of snowballing. The basic premise is that the first week you want to be hitting 5 reps at incremental percentages, starting at around 75%, and then the next set 85%, and then in the final sets you want to be performing as like an AMRAP. So try and get your 5 reps plus as many as you can do in that final set. So we're really taking it to failure effectively on those final sets, and then you repeat the same thing in week 2, 3 and 4, gradually increasing your percentages but also dropping down the reps. So we do it with the 3 rep scheme, and then we do it with the single rep scheme. We're not trying to PB on the every month. We're trying to hit as close to your 1 rep max, like 95% for example, but see if we can get 1, 2, maybe even 3 reps out of it, because we're going serious top end strength. But the idea is that we're constantly, every week, pushing outside of my comfort zone, which doesn't really sound fun, quite honestly, as someone with a back injury. But you know, it's all about technique, it's all about form, and that for me has been the big focus over the last couple of years, is really developing my posture, my core strength, stability, focusing on like the really refined techniques, you know, like the pull being explosive, lifting your chest, leg drive, like really strengthening my glutes and all that sort of stuff, so that I can hit this program for the next 6 months, 7 months, be super aggressive with it. And let's see if we can get a 200 kilo deadlift. In terms of retests and measurements, I will absolutely be throwing in tests every 3 months or so. So every 3 cycles of the 5-3-1 program, I'm going to see if I can push out maybe an extra, even 1 kilo or an extra rep on my 180. So every 3 months, I'm going to test and see where I'm at, gauge my progress, and then reevaluate and take the numbers. Because obviously we're working in percentages. So if I do manage to nudge the scale a wee bit more, nudge the needle in the PB, we'll be working back and repeat the cycle so that we can try and add 5 kilos every 2 to 3 months. And see if we can really get close, if not smash that 200 kilo deadlift. Now, I'm under no illusion it's not going to be a linear process, having been in the gym for a few years now, so I hope you're going to stick around with me and enjoy the process and see my ups and downs. I'll try and catalogue this every few weeks and show you those moments. If I'm doing a retest day, I'll see if I can record it and keep you up to date with any progress of this. And if you're doing something similar, I would absolutely love to hear about it. Maybe not the deadlift, but if you're doing it with your squat or what sort of approach or method you're using, let me know in the comments below. Would love for you to be here every week, cheering and celebrating each other. So yeah, let me know in the comments. And please like, and if you're wanting to join this team, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to be here every week as always, and have an awesome day.